Morning, it's Sarah. Today, what I'm thinking about is when did we turn everything into something to do? When did we get so far removed from our bodies? Being in our bodies. As far as I can tell, the way I get completely out of balance is when I am listening to my mind, particularly when my mind is overwrought or has taken over from some sort of a emotional upset or disagreement, or when it's just gotten into running the show, criticizing me, criticizing everyone else, just a big mind show, and I've gotten divorced from my body. I've gotten up into my head in a way that my mind and my ego and being right is running the show, and I'm disconnected from my body. Now, there are other times when my mind can take the lead in a very different way, of almost a feeling sense with my mind, like a tracking that my mind can do in a very powerful, very useful way, where I can really ask a lot of questions of, in kind of a very big picture way, that allows me to access answers and wisdom on a very broad level, a very almost, cosmological access, and which is a very different quality of mind. Very, very different. And being in our body, I think we've learned, we've been conditioned to hold our body as some sort of thing to manage, and then the reason for exercising or being in our bodies is to be fit, to be healthy, for some alternative alternate agenda, rather than it being about simply occupying this incredible, wise, delightful, pleasurable vehicle. And for me, I know that if I'm not moving my body regularly, through, I go to jazzercise, how old and tired is jazzercise, but it totally works for me. Dancing to music, but walking, of course anything will work. But what I find is that if I'm not doing some activity like that regularly, that really puts me in my body and is simple and just enjoyable, that my emotions start to really bottle up, that my instead of being in an emotional flow where I can just kind of experience things and let things go, things start to really get dense and stacked up, and I wind up feeling really reactive, really jammed up, really prone to my mind taking over in negative thought patterns, and I forget the pleasure of being physical and breathing in good air and noticing nature and petting the kitty. And then what I tend to do is then I tend to use my body in a way that isn't particularly helpful. Overeating, drinking too much wine, using my body as a way to kind of quiet the mind, or get into some sort of a altered state, basically. And I'm not down on altered states. Like my friend says, what's so great about reality that you wouldn't want to alter it? Which I think is pretty good. But it's the misuse of the body. And I'm totally into enjoying the pleasure of the body. Excellent food, good wine, really enjoying being in a vessel. We've got a limited amount of time to be in this vessel, and I love my body. So it's the right use. It's allowing the enjoyment of being in our animal nature, and not to mention the wisdom that our bodies hold. My whole line of work is about tapping into the wisdom of our bodies and the fact that our bodies hold the unedited version of life. They are the uncensored one that knows everything about our physicality, our biology, our biochemistry, the condition of our health, our organs, all our emotional content, all of our beliefs, limiting beliefs, anything that holds us back. Our body registers all that and has the full picture and is a huge resource. It's like a physicalized version of our soul. It's got that much wisdom. So not only is it this wonderful vessel for just enjoying the pleasure of being alive and the sumptuousness of living, but it also has so much wisdom. It's not just a thing. It's not just something we have to carry around and take care of, kind of like an afterthought or because we have to. It's like our animal nature connected with the earth. It knows so much more than our linear conditioned mind. And our beautiful minds know so much more than the linear conditioning and can really expand to that. The quantum mind, really being able to tap every level of reality. Really ask and it is given. With the proper tuning in and asking, the really valuable questions. We really are unlimited, and it's just a matter of dynamic balance. Balance is not a static state. Balance is not something you achieve and then you're there and then you can maintain like this kind of stasis of balance. It's not like that. It's just like in the human body or in any biological system, it's homeostasis. It's a matter, and all of it is based on feedback. So we get slightly out of balance, and then the body gets the feedback. We're out of balance, and then it brings it back into balance, and then we might get out of balance in another way, and then we get the feedback, and then we bring it back in balance. It's a dynamic process. We aren't meant to be perfect and balanced, and emotionally in a great place and physically in a great place all the time, static, static, static. It just doesn't live like that. Things that are alive are in a dynamic state. And I just invite us all to embrace that and quit being hard on ourselves and quit neglecting the just the incredible beauty and opportunity it is to be alive and aware in a physical body, and not let our conditioning and our overly linear programming run our lives. So that's it. Have a great day.